So, my beautiful love, before we get into the weekly soul guidance, I have a channeled message to share with the beautiful soul who is watching this. Your intuition wants you to know. Just allow yourself to flow. Be your authentic self. Know who you are. Or at best, start to make conscious decisions to rediscover yourself. What feels good to you? What empowers you? What aligns with you? What makes you happy? What brings you joy? You have experienced difficult roads in life for a reason. And that reason is for you to have the heart of being your authentic self, to walk the path that you truly desire. What is your heart asking you today? It's okay to allow yourself to feel, because in the midst of those feelings is your truth.
And hola, ¿cómo están? You beautiful soul. It's Tori, the Hope Dealer of Guided Intuition, and I'm here to do your weekly soul guidance. This is what your soul wants you to know, okay? And pay attention to this week whenever you're watching it. We know that time does not exist. It is an illusion. Whenever something finds you, that is when it's meant for you. And I need to talk to somebody. The energy that I'm currently tapping into, the beautiful soul who is watching this, it's harvest time. It's harvest time. And something that's going on in a collective level is the scales of justice are being balanced. We all know how karma works, okay? Karma is nor good or bad, it just is. The energy that you put out into the world, or energy that you put out in any energy that you put out is what's going to come back to you in some form, in some way. The beautiful soul that I'm channeling for, you are truly a vessel of love, male or female. Your intentions, you have the purest of intentions towards people, and you have a beautiful heart. When I started to tap into this energy, the title that came to my mind, guys, was "The Meek Shall Rise." Stand in your personal power. When people describe somebody who's meek, they usually classify them as a pushover, a softie. You know them names. You know them names they give meek people. And Tori's meek, believe it or not. But this is what the world classifies meek. But meek is none of those things. You ever know that saying that it's usually the quiet ones, quote unquote, that you have to look out for? I know it's like one of those little weird saying, guys, and I feel like it's harvest time for somebody. It's time for you to stand in your personal power. I feel like you have put a lot of karma out in the world, and it's good karma. It's good karma. And the kind of person that I'm channeling for, this energy is kind of like around the underdog, No matter how successful you are or where you are, it's kind of just like this underdog energy. I always tell you, I root for the underdog. I am an advocate for the underdog, honey. Okay, because that rise is something serious. And this is just what I'm feeling in this energy right now. So what I want to let you know before we actually get into the cards that I pulled, this week is asking you to choose you. Just like I said in that channeled message that I played at the beginning of this video, this week is asking you to choose you. Somewhere down the line, we're taught that self-sacrifice is the way to be. We're taught that, to give up on our dreams and to help somebody else. We're taught to choose and be anybody but our authentic selves. We're taught to do anything other than what we want to really do in our hearts. Spirit said it's time. It's time to rise. It's time for you to stand in your personal power. It's time for you to choose you. What does Tori mean by choosing you? For so long, we can get used to being in certain patterns and situations, where we play small or out of fear, we really don't pursue the things that we really want to do. We really don't tell that person where to shove it, and they deserve it. It's kind of like this energy of you've been overlooked. But Spirit is saying it's time for you to rise. And the first step of rising is you really owning your personal power. I don't know if you can tell by the yellow roses and the little yellow shirt, but this week is really going to is really asking for you to stand in self-love. And even though like our hearts is like, represents love, but that's love that we have for others. But our solar plex is the I am. It is the self-love that you have for yourself. And there is something that you desire. It's something that you speak to Spirit about late at night. Whatever that is, it's attainable and it's real. And you are worthy of it. And this week is asking you to stand in that knowledge. It's asking you to know that there is nothing outside of your reach. No more self-sacrifice. I know that we're taught, and especially if you was raised in church, like Tori, old church girl, you're taught that to be about yourself is selfish. And it's not. What is selfish is to be about everybody else and not you. So you have closed out a cycle. You know your worth. You know who you are. You know where you're going. And Spirit is asking you to ground that energy. How do you ground that energy? Well, I'm happy you asked. This week is going to bring you situations and circumstances for you to choose yourself. All right? This could be in a form of a relationship. It could be, just that inner voice, that inner talk to yourself. Like when it's time to step up, when it's time to do something that you want to do. Sometimes we can let fear hinder us. We can let fear cripple us and we can just not move forward. No, you're choosing you this week. That's what that means. You're choosing you this week. You want to wear that dress, but you feel like you need to lose a couple of pounds. No, you're going to wear that dress this week. If you want to take up yoga, if you want to do something, I don't know, whatever it is you want to do, you're going to do it this week. If you want to end that unhealthy cycle or remove that person out of your life and let them know that you can't carry their drama, their burdens, their mess anymore, you're going to do that this week. If you know within your heart that you have a story that it's time to share with the world, you're going to start taking steps to do that this week. You're going to take up space this week. That's what your soul wants you to know. And I say that because the two oracle cards that we got, and it's so funny how they came out, guys. I wanted to pull it together, but as soon as you go to shuffling, cards be flying, and sometimes I put them back in, but then I'm like, oh my God, that works perfect. So I'm like, no, we're going to keep it. And the first card that came out, was the gazelle. The second card that came out, guys, probably can't see that, was buffalo. I don't know if you can see this, but these two cards are very different in contrast to each other. You have a gazelle and you have a buffalo. you know, I love E.T., I love Eric Thomas, and when he's always talking about a gazelle, how, you know, usually gazelles are the ones that get eaten, you know? So I feel like, and I'm not going to bash the gazelle, okay? I'm not going to bash that, but what I'm getting on an intuitive level is I feel like this is what, you know, people perceive you as. They perceive you as the gazelle. They don't really see who you are. They see you as a gazelle, when in reality, you're both. You are the gazelle and the buffalo. You know, when I see the buffalo, this is that yin and yang. But that buffalo is more of that, you know, that assertiveness about yourself. Did I say that right, guys? I'm pretty sure I did. But anyways, so these two oracle cards wanted to come out, you know, the gazelle and the buffalo. And I just want to talk about the gazelle some, because most people perceive the gazelle as weak. You know, certain stories we hear about how the gazelle always gets eaten. And I feel like, you know, sometimes because you have a beautiful heart, because you have a pure heart, it can be taken advantage of, you know? It's as if, like, you know, having a good heart in these days and times, it like puts a target on your back. But no. I'll give an example. You know, just when you're just bubbly and just naturally sweet and just naturally, you know, oh my God, you know, like, for whatever reason, people think because you're sweet and you have a good heart that you're gullible, and that, you know, you can be taken advantage of and you can be manipulated. But the thing that people don't know about you, who I'm talking to, you know yourself. And in reality, it takes courage to wear your meekness on the outside. It takes courage. So naturally, when people see you, and this could be in a work setting, because that's the energy that I'm feeling, guys, you know, I don't know if this is a certain message for some group of people, but I just need to let you know, like, wherever you feel like you've been, like, you know, damn, like I was good, like I was honest, I was open, like, and you felt like in some area, the person, the boss, whoever it is, like took advantage of you, you know, no, baby, it's okay. It's okay. Justice will be served, and you will rise, and you will come out on top. Right now is about standing in your personal power. Because what people don't know about you is that, yes, you're very loving. Okay, guys, I'm just not going to do this. You're very loving. You're very sweet. And at the same time, you embody the buffalo spirit. And this week, I kid you not, this is literally what Spirit is telling me. It's time to exert this energy. This buffalo, what I'm getting from this buffalo, because the tarot that came was the Queen of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. With this Queen of Swords, she's assertive. You know, people might talk about the Queen of Swords as being a bitch, but let me tell you something. I love that people see me as a gazelle at times. I love it. I really do, because I'm naturally sweet. I'll use myself as an example. But people find out real quick when you come at me left just how gullible I am. So And I don't do it maliciously. I don't do it nasty. But I enforce my boundaries. And another way of how you stand in your personal power is when you enforce your boundaries. You can do it lovingly. I just won't talk to you no more. Doop, doop. I'm out of there. And that's on period. You know, you might be in a job setting. Well, it's time to get to looking. You know, this is good for now, but it's time to get to looking. If it's friends, if it's family, like, just hit the deuces. The word that I'm hearing from Spirit is assert. Assert yourself. How you stand in your personal power is you respect and enforce your boundaries. You know, I'm going to give an example of, you know me, I'm an advocate. I love unconditional love. Because unconditional love simply allows you to be in whatever that being is. It is the most purest and the most transformational, mystical, magical frequencies to experience and to be in. Unconditional love is why we're able to have this moment right here. And sometimes we think love is always mushy. But it's not. Love is discipline. Because it took discipline to be right here. It took discipline to get you where you're at. Tell me, am I lying? Love is focus. Love is acceptance. I love Corinthians 13 of the definition of love. I love it. I love it. It's going to be my wedding vows whenever I go down that place. I love it. Because I used to hate this because in the wrong hands, you know, it can be misconstrued, but you know, love is correction. You know, that is, and it is. You need soft and you need hard. You need the gazelle. Okay, you need the gazelle and you need the buffalo to create divine balance. And I feel like this is more so in you. You have your masculine and your feminine energy inside of you. You don't need anybody to stand up for you. You don't need anybody to do anything for you. All of the power is inside of you. So I'm going to tell you this week, you're going to be getting in alignment with you. It's going to require you to assert yourself. It's going to require you to come into this Queen of Swords and cut away, you know, those thoughts. But I'm really like feeling like people are just like being more boisterous. You know, if something's not adding up, if you one and one not adding up to two, you know, it could be at work. It could be in your home life, it could be in a relationship. It could be in your friendships. The Queen of Swords allows you to enforce your boundaries. Okay? And I feel like that's what's needed. That's what's needed here because of this gazelle. This is you. This is you right here. This gazelle is you. Gazelle. Gazelle. This gazelle is you. It says heightened awareness and ability. Vulnerability. The gazelle represents supreme grace. I'm telling you, you have a heart of gold. Stand in your personal power, because I feel like there's something coming your way. You're being prepped for something. You're being prepped for something this week. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty shows sophistication and elegancy. Now, you see how they are describing this gazelle? Go on the Nature Channel. Most people perceive the gazelle over the lion as weak. And maybe that's how it's been in some form in your life, where you've gotten the short end of the stick, you know? Or you don't feel like what you have is good enough to share with the world, to give to the world. Maybe you're just starting something and it's a little difficult, you know, when you're having hiccups. I told you this last week. You do not just come out of the gate swinging. You know, sometimes you're going to get a couple of hits. You're going to get hit a couple of times. You're going to fall down, get back up. That's what it's about. It says, the gazelle's personalities are often hyper aware of their surroundings. So again, people perceive the meek as, you know, but going back to the story of the tortoise and the hare, how the tortoise was slow and the hare was like, oh my God, he's so slow. I got this in the bag. I'm going to get this. You know, he was taking breaks. He was getting cocky with it, laying up on the tree, and the little tortoise is just going and just going and just going, you know, and you know what I'm saying? Probably seeing other people in the race or whoever, you know, pass them by, and the rabbit, you know, way up there. The tortoise could have let all of those thoughts and all of those things get into, you know, its mind. But it chose not to, you know, it chose not to do that. And I feel like for some of you, you know, maybe you're in a new career, a new space, a new arena, and it just feels a little foreign to you. You'll get used to it. You'll get used to choosing yourself, okay? You'll get used to this new space that you're in. Be patient with yourself. Because we all know how that story ends with the tortoise. Oh my God. Tortoise. The turtle and the rabbit. Can I say that? Oh my God. The tortoise. Oh my God. Oh my God. The tortoise and the hare. There we go. We all know how that story ended. We all know how it ended. The one that was perceived as weak, unvaluable, won. So you apply that to any area in your life that you feel like you're a lack, you know, or that you lost in, or it's not getting there. And really focus, if that's resonating with you, really focus on your solar plex this week. Because this might only resonate with a couple of people, but I really feel like that inner talk that you have with yourself, it has to go, honey. Comparing yourself, you know, by other people's standards and things like that. No, ma'am. You are worthy. Male or female, you're worthy. And I feel like, you know, I was talking to my sister, and I always tell my sister, jealousy is simply unhealed adoration. And I'm like, what? Because whoever is jealous of you, they admire you. For real, they're inspired by you. However, they're not healed. They don't, and when I say not healed, I mean they're not working through that trauma of them feeling like they're unworthy to be where you are, or to have what it is that you have, or to do what it is that you do. That's simply all it is. Jealousy is merely unhealed adoration. That's simple. And when I started to look at it like that, when I realized, this person or this situation, it could be in your career or some setting, people will project on you. But if you don't check that doubt, like the conversation that you're having with yourself, or when you see people come up and when you see people, be where it is that you want to be or you desire to be. Again, like I said, it's not going to resonate with everybody in this particular part, but I'm feeling it. So Spirit asking me to speak on it. If you don't take the time for every word that's spoken ill towards you, or negative thought that comes in, replace it with a positive one, you will find yourself in a really gooky energy, and that will attract certain people, situations, and things to you that you do not desire. Don't feel bad if it's you. We've all been there, okay? Tori has been there. But the difference from being there, staying there, is checking that. Why are you feeling this way? Okay? When you know who you are, sorry guys, or when you're comfortable in your skin, I am. Your solar plexus, not solar plex, is fully open and going in your personal power. When that is going, like, you don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not worried about that. You don't have time for that. Ooh, now listen to this, guys. It says, they are hyper aware of their surroundings, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. So again, with that critiquing yourself, with that overanalyzing, be mindful of that inner dialogue, because when we're so busy thinking, overthinking, overanalyzing, overplanning, overdoing things instead of just going, just being, you can miss what's happening right now in the presence. And this is why I said, this week, take the time to love on yourself. Take the time to acknowledge how far you've come. Celebrate you. So proud of you. Step in your power this week. Step in your power this week. Don't overthink. Don't overanalyze. Just go. Just do. Just be. Just allow yourself to feel this week. Because in the midst of you allowing yourself to feel this week, you are going to figure out, you're going to be able to experience this great karma and this great justice that is here for you. Because this card in this deck, the Six of Pentacles, is all about success. With this Queen of Swords, with exerting yourself, no more are we just giving our hard-earned, beautiful energy to anything. Because this has nothing to do with you, but karma is, when you're getting the good karma, you're on the good side of the scale. But there are some people that, put some things out there and they got to get it back. So what Spirit wants you to know is just stand in your power. Don't allow somebody else's drama to carry you off, or overthink, or, project onto you. Because by you doing that, by you saying, no, this is not okay, by you asserting yourself, about you standing in your power, about you knowing what it is that you want, you will have success. And not only success, but this is ultimate fulfillment right here. The Ace of Cups. I told a beautiful soul, today, be about your peace. Be about your happiness. Be about you. So remember that difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. And I really feel the difficult roads are behind you, okay? And it's time for you to reap the benefits and really allow yourself to be present in this moment to receive the beauty. So I love you so much, Love Muffin. It was such an honor to read for the beautiful soul who is watching this. I love you. Believe in yourself. There's nothing that you can't do, can't have, can't be. And I just don't say that to say that. Repetition is the mother skill. And I need you to know when that doubt creeps in, stand in your personal power. Whether it's to somebody else or a thought in your mind, stand in your personal power. Okay, guys, I will catch you on my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I'm friendly, and I will see you guys later.
Follow, she blazing.